Ready.
Hey, it's Dave Wyman from Wyman and Bob. Instant reaction to the game. We won 20-17. Just an incredible game. Amazing individual plays, I thought, is what really stood out. Now, there were some frustrating moments, and we got to see the brotherly shove in person. Here's one thing to look at. Last week, so in the NFL GSIS, we call it NFL Jesus, the booklet that you get after the game, they have 10 longest plays. Well, last week, the least of them was a 20-yard run by San Francisco. Everything else was more than that they gave up. And this week, number 20-yard run by Jalen Hurts was the longest. So they entirely limited the explosive plays, which is a key to the game for Rabel and I before the game. And they only gave up 17 points. So I thought that was interesting. But before we get to all the stats and everything, we'll break that down on our show tomorrow with Wyman and Bob. But a couple of things to look at. First of all, for Julian Love, that's 4 takeaways that he's responsible for in 2 games. Last week he had a forced fumble and a pick. Today with the 2 picks and the amazing interception. Both of them were really good. The first interception by Julian Love, he stayed home and he just stayed on his coverage. And then the second one was just an amazing catch by him. And then the other thing that just blew me away was JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba, 29-yard touchdown. And the way he was just able to track it over his shoulders. And then if you go back and look at it, he caught the back half of that football. And I've only seen that done a couple of times before by a receiver. So just an incredible catch. But and then a couple of unsung heroes. Mike Jackson, he knows how to blow up a screen. And what you do is, and I know it was Devontae Adams, and he was, 175 pounds or something, but you just rip those guys down to the ground, just throw them aside, and then play the play. And then the other guy that does that really well is Big Cat. Leonard Williams, he stuffed up the middle. He read screens. He's a different individual. I thought he was going to be the one guy to maybe stop the brotherly shove because he's just so physical and so big. But those are a couple of guys that really stood out to me. So we'll break down all the numbers and what this means. I think the Seahawks are going to have to sweep the rest of the season to be safe anyway. But pretty fantastic win and really exciting. And I wish it would have been a blowout, but only gave up 17 points. Drew Lock looked really good. We'll talk more about him tomorrow, I promise.